We're going to get to see that right now.
Mm-hmm. Although, with the changes to Friends in High Places, I'm expecting that Restore is actually going to be played, because Restore is, in my opinion, not that bad of a card.
What is Restore? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it came out inside the newest data pack of Crimson Dust. Restore's ability, it's a 1 credit HB operation for 3 influence. You install and res one card at all costs, removing all other copies of that card in archives from the game. Ooh, account siphon.
Yeah, don't like to see that. I didn't know you were this type of Tag Me Anarch. There we go. Account siphon.
Yeah, so I'm playing the maximum bitch deck that was MWL deck list of the week, 5th place Switzerland regionals. I've played this deck and iterations of it probably around 12 times so far, but I'm not about to say that I'm particularly optimal with it. I do, however, very much enjoy, and by enjoy, I mean absolutely loathe, account safe and spam. I mean, it has
it's a really unique thing to have in a game. The ability to create even a little bit of an engine to just totally lock your opponent out with 1 card. Because so much of this game is mediated through access to credits.
Oh, definitely.
One of the things that you and I are like trying to assess tonight is like how does like Tag Me Anarch fare against different. So when Tag Me Anarch is really good, Tag Punishment decks become much better. And that's kind of something that we're taking a look at tonight with these games.
We have Egg Infusion on your end right now, and on my end, I'm going to be playing an iteration of Controlling the Message.
Right, something that is planning on tagging. I've sort of thought of like the new style Tag Me Anarch to have a lot more back and forth, a lot more counterplay to it than some of the other versions, like the headlock versions.
Oh, definitely. Ooh.
This is probably going to sting.
Yeah, I do not have 16 credits to boost that strength, so that can definitely be one fired piece of ice.
Oh, I hit Mars for Martians, that's right. 2 of them, right?
Yes, that definitely hurt. Yes, 2 of the Mars for Martians. Indeed. So even with...
I'm just going to gain 3 credits.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. Even though you can, just slap me into that thing the next time I run on, say, your R&D without spending any credits. Let's note for a moment that even with 11 credits, God of War was very ineffective against high-strength Glacier Ice.
Yeah,
so
it's
like,
horrible.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if we consider all of the icebreakers that are going to be played inside the Anarch Take Me style decks, you have Black Orchestra, God of War, MK Ultra, Paperclip. Other than for Paperclip, all of those cards are going to be extraordinarily terrible at dealing with high-strength ice. And then we'll discard 2 disposable breakers and then end that turn.
I've got a Jackson Howard to play with now. I've discarded an ice, I'm not sure which one. Well, I shouldn't even tell you it's nice.
Well, I mean, I suppose you don't have to. It is very generous and considerate of you. So one of the things that I do like about the account siphon spam style decks for Take Me Anarch.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, Radio. Being able to move opponents' account siphon runs.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's one of the best things about BID. It's a totally different thing than we've seen throughout the game.
Yeah, Egg Infusion's always going to be in a nice place just because you can disrupt high-powered moves, such as account siphon, or if one was to use that on a counter surveillance, just send me to archive somewhere where it doesn't even matter. What do you think might be outdated, Radio?
No, I think Radio's spot on. When I first looked at these Ag Infusion lists, I kind of didn't understand them, but now that I've like played them a little bit more, oh, that hurts. That hurts, bro. This does like do this crazy thing though. Does it fire one time? Whenever the runner breaks the server team on Chiashi while there is installed AI, trash the two. So this happens once, right?
Correct.
Hey, not bad. Deja vu. Pretty good thing to hit.
Oh, wow. That is highly effective. Man, I should install something over that God of War. That would be pretty ideal. So I've already gotten rid of that levy. There are 3 account siphons in there. I have 1 Deja Vu in there. So I have 2 Deja Vus left in my deck. 15 cards. Yeah, the probability of me losing one of my Deja Vus is pretty high, so... Whoop.
I'm gonna use Jackson. I'm gonna put an ice on HQ. Yeah. No, I love the Ag Infusion ability to just mess with what ice means. I've found that you can like do really interesting things with where you place ice, and you can really change like what the innermost piece of ice. You can just use that as like, I'm just gonna throw this away now, and now you have to run through my server again. Haha. It's incredible.
Alright. And then for my last click, I'm gonna go for a counter surveillance run.
Am I gonna throw this away to send you to archives? Yeah, totally.
Well, he has a card installed in front of Chiashi, so I'm gonna be able to get a chance to eject out Radia, because I get the ability to jack out before he gets an ability to res if it is not resed. So that'll put me into a nice position if he was to have done that. Unfortunately, this is my last click that I was doing this.
You'll see. Come on, tell me.
Right, now I don't have the ice on R&D, and that kind of sucks.
Tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Come with me.
But this is what I mean, like, it changes what ice means.
Oh, definitely.
Where are you taking me? You'll see.
Friends in high places, and one of architect.
Yankee, I'm playing against Xander of Xanadu. Fellow I met in the Reddit, the Netrunner subreddit. What were you saying, Xander?
I was saying that through my experimentation of egg infusion, I ranged from using this style of archetype in which Fairchild 3.0 is the heavily punishing piece of ice, and also like swapping out certain increments of them for Architect, which was an interesting alternative choice as a one-of. I was testing out a 3-of with a rover algorithm, as you experienced.
Yeah. How did that
but
go?
I'm not having any sufficient punishment. I mean, like, Fairchild 3.0 is just way too good.
Yeah, it's nuts.
If you're not choosing to play that card, then you're actively making a choice that is to your detriment, I would argue.
Yeah, you can get in for one. I'm fine with that.
4 net damage in order to steal Obokata Protocol.
Oh, you got one?
Indeed.
Wonder if you're gonna take it. Take it all to the face.
No, because I actually don't have enough recursion in order to be able to make that choice.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, because I've primarily used my recursion, and I'd be in a position where I only have 2 cards that are remaining inside my deck that would allow me to be able to cycle my deck, and my Levy AR access is in the discard pile. So it'd be a very suboptimal play.
That's what I figured.
Jobacatas, Fetal AI. Yeah, and being able to have those types of
your own point.
Esoteric ice abilities, such as Excalibur and also Macrophage, is really nice. But sometimes when I play those types of cards, I'm concerned whether I could have just played a more powerful and more relevant piece of ice. Although I do know that Egg Infusion kind of uses binary effectiveness for low-cost ice that's sacrificed, and then primarily heavily powerful, large code gates, or in this case, a barrier.
Yeah. I particularly like Excalibur. You can do some really fun stuff with Excalibur in this deck. Not when God of War is out, though.
Yeah, but that's also causing me 2 damage and making me unable to steal Obokata Protocols from you, which puts me at a very disadvantageous position. I'm gonna snag out that Levy and fire Levy for it. Yeah, that's really the only option that I have at that point. Yeah, so I heard that during Gen Con, there was an incredibly elaborative supporting for the Legend of the Five Rings release, to the point where they were doing live cosplay.
That's kind of like what Legend of the Five Rings, what helped make it so famous. It was like fan interaction, yeah.
The individuals from Bad Publicity were very negatively referring towards that as essentially like it's argued and stated by some people within the Netrunner community that the focus on Legend of the Five Rings is the reason for why we don't have any form of attention prior to the end of the year, where we have additional content coming out. There is that talk about Corset 2.0, but none of that, I think, is really
I don't
really
think
valid.
Any of that's substantiated.
Have any evidence? Yeah. So
and not to say that like I don't think that they've considered it. They've obviously, I mean, they're not just totally vacuous people at Fantasy Flight. They've certainly considered it. I just don't know what those considerations have kind of, in what direction they've gone in.
Which is, it's very understandable to keep it as is, but simultaneously, I always wish that there would be some form of A core set that provides you all of the cards in duplicates.
Yeah,
in the core set.
absolutely.
Mhm.
That I think is like a really kind of unacceptable feature.
I would agree with that. Right now, I'm just gaining credits in order to be able to make bigger runs. Yeah, I'm glad that Friends in High Places is going to be hit. I'm very interested if that's going to swing us more in a direction where we have Glacier being relevant again.
Oh, Radia. Oh, you are possibly right. That's very possible.
I only ran into Chiashi once.
I think that I only hit it 2 times, though. I'm looking through the log now. A long time ago. Well, doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, you've got juice going on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the clearest avenue to victory, which hopefully I'll be able to find. All right. Therese or not Therese?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna put you at... I'll send you to archives.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea, because now you've opened up Chiashi for me to slam my head into and spend more credits.
It's not that bad, though, right? It's only 7 credits.
Yeah, true. But as compared to throwing me off of your remote server and just allowing me to jack out, that would have been significantly expensive for me to have tried to break through that. I do agree.
That's interesting, Radio. Why do you think I should have rezzed it? What do I want back? Probably ice?
I suppose you do have a lot of credits right now.
Got some. Get a mixture.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Same old king is down. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna put an ice on HQ again.
It's a good idea.
I don't want to get account siphoned.
It's understandable. Not many people do. I don't really know if you're running any sentries in that deck. I presume no, because the majority of those decks just run heavy code gates and heavy, well, Chiashi's.
There aren't a lot of like in the run style sentries out of Jinteki. I guess there's Tsurugi.
No. Yeah, although Tsurugi is going to be cycling out relatively soon.
No, Tsurugi's one of my favorite pieces of ice.
4, 5, 6, break 2, and then, the amusing thing is that right now I could either use my icebreaker or just pay 3 or trash MK Ultra, which would actually cost the least. So I'm gonna just trash MK Ultra.
Okay, cool. Arc lockdown. Arc lockdown.
I do believe I have another one of those in this deck currently. Arc Lockdown would suck, but again, you don't have very many sentries in that deck, so I feel relatively comfortable. And then I'll go for an account siphon.
Mm,
Yeah, I agree with that. That radio.
I
You had like 35 credits at that point in time.
yeah, I did.
And then you would have had
I can do it here though, right? I can be like, hey, go back to R&D. Have fun with that.
correct. 2, and then I suppose we'll just pay all the way through. Go and get that successful run.
And now you will siphon me here. You will actually get a siphon off.
Correct.
Well played.
However, I am piss broke.
Well, you won't be after this. Especially when
Still
you hit a Mars for Martians.
Oh yeah. Let's just find one of those, please. I have one of them in the discard pile.
Well, that's a... Oh, if this works, man, this is gonna be... It's gonna be wild if this works. And I don't want that pressure radia. I don't want somebody, you know, telling me how many credits I need to have. I'm not about that. Although Xander does have 5 clicks.
Ooh, what to do? Your agenda suite's probably... you probably have 3 Obokata protocols. I wouldn't expect that you have 2 OBS. You're either running the Glacier archetype that has 4 3-point agendas and then medical breakthroughs, or you're running House of Knives in that deck.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
You don't know me.
That's right.
Counter surveillance, play counter surveillance.
Cool, yeah.
And then, oh no!
I know, right? Ah!
Oh, math. That's terrible. Whatever. All right. And R&D, and I will trash wireless net pavilion. Oh wait, no, you can just end the run.
I can just end the run. Yeah, so go back.
Boop. And that is highly embarrassing.
Happens, man.
All right, and I did all that to just gain a credit at the end of my turn. Whew.
I have this Nisei scored now. That feels real good.
Yeah, that should. That puts you in a really good position.
But now you get to do this. You don't even have to... You could just click through it.
Actually, I still don't have the... Yeah, I could click through that.
Yeah, you should click through that.
Yeah.
Do you find that you like to play counter surveillance like a double event, essentially? Radio, we love it. I love to hear like the way other people like think about this game.
Okay, there we go. And then successful run, access a bunch of cards, which I didn't access any cards.
That sounds bad. Oh, there you are accessing them? Okay, there you go. Oh gosh, you're halfway there. Or you're... Okay, oh my god, no more points. Don't get any more points. Stop getting points.
Dude.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay.
All it takes is one of those runs.
Yeah, it does. That's nuts.
Oh, wow. I'm thankful that you informed me that I could just click through it, because that was not my immediate thought about that.
GG. I had 5 agendas in hand for a really long time.
Yeah. I had a feeling. Because I definitely wasn't going to be running there. All right. right?
Yeah, a little
So-
less than half of my deck has no agendas in it. I mean, you did just steal a bunch from it, though.
Mhm.
Wah, wah, wah. So
So-
the tags really didn't mean anything in that game.